This is the all-new 2026 Toyota BZ. Today we're going to go over a lot of different new features and updates that they made to the new Toyota BZ, including the name. No longer is it called the BZ4X, along with a lot of other beneficial improvements, as well as we're going to do a short road test here. Hope you enjoy the video. Starting up front here on the new BZ, you'll notice right away, if you want to come up front here, the front end is a little bit different. Some people don't notice the changes, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. The headlights are now separated from the actual daytime running light, similar to the Crown Signia. I really like what they did. They kind of followed Toyota's Hammerhead design, which is their newest and latest design language up front here. Still no frunk in the BZ, unfortunately, but it really makes up for that with a lot of other benefits and changes that they implemented with this one. Longer range is the biggest one, so now up to 314 miles. That's a huge improvement over the last one. More horsepower, more torque, and more efficient motors. Also, another big thing, one of the most important parts about an electric vehicle, significantly improved charging, as well as now you have the North American standard charging system, also known as like the Tesla plug that you can plug in there. Makes it really, really convenient to find chargers, and also it comes with all the adapters you can expect. This one here is the XLE all-wheel drive, so it's kind of like your entry-level trim with the all-wheel drive. You'll notice that they changed the wheel arch moldings now to match the body color. You can still get the contrasting wheel arch moldings in these ones, but I think this really ties it in, especially with this white metallic color here. It looks really nice. Coming around the back, not a whole lot changed back here. It's pretty similar. The lower splitter is a little bit different. You kind of have this notch cut out right here. The taillights are almost identical. The only changes was to the actual lights themselves. So rather than the normal LED strip, they're like fiber optic strips now. So they just look a little bit cooler at night. Still full array LEDs on everything else. You'll notice it no longer says 4X, just BZ. As well as something that we haven't seen in any of the vehicles we've been reviewing yet, the BEV badge is now all black. So before that was chrome, no matter what trim you did, but now it's black. I think it matches with kind of the way they're going with these ones. I'll pop the trunk back here so you can see the exact same space back here, but they did make a couple changes to the inverter. The way you turn that on is a lot different back here. A lot cleaner, I think. It looks way better rather than having the button up front. You got it back here now. Still the same capacity here, 1500 watts that you get with most of the hybrids too, and with all the electric vehicles, 1500 watts back there. We got our charging cable back here along with all of our charging accessories to plug it into different chargers you might want to. Cargo shade, or also known as your tonneau cover, as well as your cargo area cover. Now, something that did change a little bit was the second row. So the second row got a little bit more flat back there. Even the previous generation was pretty flat, but the hump did decrease a little bit by about ½ inch, which does make it a little bit easier to transverse inside and out of there. The vents back there are greatly improved. Same with the charging ports back there. Huge improvement with that. In the front, a lot of changes up here. So the big one that you'll notice right away is the new screen inside the vehicle there. Much bigger than the previous generation and way more intuitive than the previous generation. It's way easier to use. The software is similar, but it has some more improvements, so it's easier to turn off a lot of the safety features or turn on a lot of the safety features. Your digital information cluster is bigger and higher. So that was a complaint about the previous generation. It was too low. You couldn't see it with the steering wheel at certain heights. So for people of different heights, they wouldn't be able to adjust it to their needs. Now it's higher and you can see it a little bit better. So I like that a lot. Dual wireless charging pads in there, so you can charge 2 phones at once now. The shifter is still the same. They changed a couple things with the center console, so now it opens from both sides. Rather than the sliding mechanism that they had before, this one works a lot better than the previous generation. Still no glove box though, for whatever reason. There's no glove box in this vehicle at all, so hope you don't have a lot of things you need to store in there because you won't be able to. You do have a lower cubby though, so you can stick a lot of stuff down there with charging ports, so you can put all that kind of stuff down there. This one comes with all the safety features you expect: blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, emergency braking, XYZ, and then technology features. You know, you have your heated seats, heated steering wheel, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, lots and lots of safety features. With the extra torque and horsepower, it makes it a really fun vehicle to drive. The previous BZ was fast for an SUV, but slow compared to a lot of the other electric SUVs. This one now brings it in more into the competitive set. So it's greatly improved, better charging. Let's get in it and let's start driving it so you can get an experience with that. Alrighty, inside the BZ, just like with all electric cars, it's gonna be really quiet and really comfortable in here because extra weight just helps keep it a little bit more planted on the road. I just really like how these drive. It's kind of like a RAV4 Prime-ish driving if you've ever driven one of those. So super smooth, very premium. Even though this one is just the XLE trim, you can get it with all of the other finishings in a limited and other trim levels, like your panoramic sunroof, your ventilated seats, 360-degree camera, and a plethora of other features as well. This one, even though it's XLE premium, or sorry, the XLE all-wheel drive, it still comes with a lot of great features too. Heated seats, heated steering wheel. One thing I didn't mention in the walk around there was the ambient lighting in here. I'm a sucker for ambient lighting myself. I really, really love the way it makes the inside of the vehicle feel, especially since they upped the quality of the materials inside the BZ over the BZ4X significantly. That really ties into it, make it feeling a lot more premium inside the vehicle too. And also the dual wireless chargers. Not a lot of manufacturers are doing that, but it really makes sense because if you have more than one person in the car, you're going to have more than one phone in the car, so you might as well have two. So all the infrastructure is there for that. We're going to stop driving in the city here in just a second and take it on the highway and test out the acceleration to see how that feels over the previous generation. But even just here in town, drives super smooth, really nice. The new mirrors, also a quick thing, the new mirrors are a huge improvement over the last generation too. They're a lot bigger. I was not a big fan of the previous generation's mirrors. These ones are really, really good in this one here too. And also, like, really the new display actually makes a huge difference. Now being able to see it, that's a big deal, obviously. So let's take it on the highway, see how it does. Alrighty, we're gonna test out the acceleration here. Maybe, once we can merge successfully. Yeah, quite a bit better. Now, we're not fully charged right now, so we can't really punch it, but even at 20%, it's still better than the previous generation dramatically. One thing I really like is the paddle shifters, in quotation. They adjust the regenerative braking. So you can adjust it to maximum right here, and it will just charge the vehicle, or if you don't like it, you can basically put it to its first level, which is just like a regular car coasting there. Even at 60 miles an hour, it's still super quiet inside here, which I really, really like. The visibility is also really good. I like what Toyota does with these little mirrors here in front, or the little windows in front of the mirrors. They allow you to have more visibility, especially like if you're in an intersection, you're going through a crosswalk. It just gives you that little bit extra visibility that you need in that area, making the A-pillars feel a lot smaller. So that was a good design cue there. The seats also, now I didn't read that they did a whole lot of changes with the seats, but they do feel more comfortable in them. Also the dash is beautiful on this one. It's unique. It's a lot different than any other Toyota product that they have, and it's a lot different than the BZ4X was, so really does look a little bit Lexus-like, really premium. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, feel free to contact us at the number right below here. This one at time of recording is available. Now, we are one of the highest volume electric Toyota dealerships here in the Chicago region, so we sell quite a few BZs and BZ4Xs. If you guys have any questions, contact anyone on our sales team. Again, the number is below, and it's Inver Grove Toyota. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing day.